Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the LG Studios here in New York City. I'm Maxwell Toss, joined by Axlive, currently watching round of 32 of WCS America Season 1 Premier League Group A, which a lot of people are calling the strongest group, and for a good reason. Alive, Hero, Major, and Killer. Starting off here, Killer taking down Alive in match number 1, but we're in the winner's match right now between Killer and Hero. Hero showing dominant play in Game 1.
He really did. If Major wants to come back in a series, he's going to have to change up his play. Trying to go just macro, micro versus Hero, trying to overwhelm him with the Ro32 technique, it's not going to work.
It just felt like his drone count was so low throughout that.
It was. I mean, I think Hero, or Major, excuse me, or Killer, excuse me again, was kind of just didn't know how to play from the advantage he had early on. He didn't drone up quite as much as he could have. He could have been, as soon as he killed those 2 pylons, he could have been really assertive with droning.
Right. You know, it's going to be interesting. How do you think he should adjust? The next map, of course, we just saw the graphic. It's going to be Akalon Waste. What does Killer need to do here to take Game 2?
Akalon Waste, you know, I think Killer's real strength lies in the late game. I know we saw him take out Live with those really kind of mind game type builds, and I think he kind of tried that versus Hero too. With the revelation, right? He knew that a portion of his army was revealed, and he showed that, and he hid 10 extra Hydras, and he was figuring, okay, Hero would maybe not be ready for this extra additional units. Hero's control is just too good to that early attack. So,
and he's so many units too.
Yeah, he did. So the mind game stuff isn't going to work. Yeah. What he's going to need to do, he's going to need to just get to the late game. If he can survive to the late game without being too far behind, I think he's got an excellent chance. I've seen this guy's late game.
Right.
Top Koreans have very good late games as well, but Killer, man, if you let him get those Vipers out, he is a snagging machine.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning of that game went really well. He was able to identify where the pylons were. Of course, throughout all that, Hero only had 1 cast, so he's potentially taking a hit in that tech. And again, Killer did a great job spotting those pylons, shutting down those initial attacks. But then again, that follow-up, the tech-heavy Hydra play, perhaps, as you said, maybe he needs to just try to make that game as long as possible, get that drone count way up, and maybe he can come back and take victory here. Of course, he's not playing just anyone. Regarded one of the best Protoss players in the world. Definitely one of the better Protoss to play Wings of Liberty. Representing Team Liquid and hailing from Korea, he is Hero. 1 win away from advancing to the round of 16 with the #1 seed out of Group A. His opponent in the top left-hand location took down Alive 2-1 in the first match of the night. Currently down 0-1 against Killer, needs to win, or against Hero, needs to win 2 in a row here to advance as the #1 seed. Hailing from Chile, your defending 2012 WCS South American champion, he is Killer. All right.
I really hope Killer gets to the late game. It's going to be so tough for Hero.
Yeah.
But
he's got so many little tricks.
He does.
So many things up his sleeve. You can't assume anything when you're playing Hero.
You know what was really impressive about Hero last game is how much damage he got done with those Phoenixes. This is something I'm seeing more and more. Like these world-class Protoss players. Partying is the one who's probably impressed me most of this, but Hero also that last game. Like Azure can have Spore Callers everywhere. They can have Queens everywhere. And the Phoenixes are like, we just don't care. We're just going to take a little bit of damage. We're always going to micro and avoid taking too much damage. And just kill drone after drone after drone until they run out of energy.
Shields come back.
Yes.
Protoss has got to take advantage of that.
It's not easy, though. Like, it's something that if you're... Killer saw that probe, he wants to make sure there's nothing funny going on.
This is a fake. Mind games.
Yes.
There's no shenaniganry happening here.
I think Killer suspects that.
Well, I think once the probe leaves, he's not. There's no overreacting here, unless the pylon finishes, of course.
Pylons. He's really trying to sell this. Is Killer going to send more drones?
This is a pretty significant investment. Okay, the Nexus is going down here.
I mean, it's 100 minerals. If he sent more drones, it probably would have been worth it. But I mean, Killer's going to identify the build in just a second.
Yeah, he just sold the Nexus.
He never bought it for a second, which I was surprised by.
Yeah.
I thought, Hero actually didn't do a bad job of trying to sell it, but I feel Killer's almost immune to these mind games. We saw, he doesn't fall for anything. Like, nothing takes him off his stride. We saw that versus Live too, right? The eBay block, the weird opening in Cloud Kingdom.
That's a good point.
Like, this guy is just, he's never rattled.
All right. Is this a sign of good news here for Killer in this game? You send 2 Lings to target down that pylon and eventually take it out. Again, as we said, 100 minerals, not a huge investment here.
Oh, Hero's got a sneaky probe.
Again? Where's the sneaky probe?
It's in the main.
Don't tell me. Where's Waldo?
Sorry.
Oh, there it is.
This is one I'm not sure. Oh, he's going to find it because it's on Overlord path. Because Overlord, of course, wants to check the top.
Airspace up there.
Yeah, well, the Overlord's actually, he's being redirected. A lot of people send the Overlord to kind of that top base at the top because that's where both Warp Prisms go. Oh, he does see it, just barely. Did he recognize it?
I think he did.
Yes, he did. Zergin's being sent back now. The Overlord normally wants to go in those general directions to spot for pylons across the top right of the map. So it's you know, it was a valiant attempt by Hero, just barely didn't work.
All right. Behind this, we got 3 gates on the field here for Hero. A Zealot there ready to hold strong. It's a little bit of a bigger of a gap than he thinks he could probably handle. There's a pylon being added to make that a little bit smaller. Killer going for that 3rd base, fairly standard play. However, getting a couple gases on a Roachborn. Speed, 70% of the way down here.
Looks like a very standard
Yeah.
Zerg build. I mean, besides the 3rd being a little bit later than normal, due to, of course, when you get speed a little bit faster because of the gateway opening.
Yeah.
Very, very standard Zerg play.
All right, Hero adding on that Stargate in his main base, and that might get scouted.
It might. The Overlord, it might be at the wrong angle, though. Stalker's going to go after that Overlord.
Switching it. He's looking. He might, it's going to be close. If he keeps going that direction, he'll definitely see it.
Yes, looks like he will.
Oh, heading right for that Stargate. Oh, the Overlord getting pretty low into there. It does see the Stargate. You see what's being built? Phoenix. You can see the Phoenix in the Stargate.
Phoenix is, if you're a Protoss player and your Stargate gets scouted, you want to go Phoenix. Because, like, an Oracle, if your opponent is ready for it, just won't really do anything. At this level of play anyway, they should be able to defend it without a problem, you know, with Queens and pulling drones promptly if they're looking for it. But Phoenixes can always do damage. Like, they're always going to get in there and kill something. At the very least, clear the Overlords out from the map.
Oh, Ling's going to try to sneak by. There's a probe there and a pylon block. Nice little move there from Hero. Killer trying to get a sneaky play done there, trying to sneak by into the natural expansion. First Phoenix going to be on the field, scouting out for Overlords. Mothership Core here as well, which can help against Queens.
And Hero's sending some ground units as well to back this up. 4 Zealots and a Stalker. There's no proxy pylons, so a few more speedlings should deal with this, along with, you know, the Queens, of course, as well to defend. I'd like to see Killer start building drones right after the units he's building right now.
Yep.
Because I don't think he needs any more units to defend, and, you know, the low econ thing he did last game didn't really work too well.
This Phoenix is here too, so a lot of aggression here from Killer. There's 2 Queens here at this 3rd base, which is definitely nice to have. We're definitely aware of those Phoenixes. Glance at that production. 1 Queen getting picked up, but just going to recall out. And drones should be in production here from Killer.
There you are, 13 drones. You know, I like he showed a little bit of patience because he wasn't sure.
Yeah, he had the larva ready.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, how much is he going to commit to this? Once he saw the recall though, boom.
Yep.
All the drones.
And you know, he didn't think there was a proxy pylon, which is why he wasn't constantly building units, but you never can be 100% sure that there's not going to be that pylon there because a guy like Hero can be so sneaky with those pylons. A very standard follow for Hero, you know, just going to Robo, and then presumably we'll see something very similar last game.
Yeah.
Taking a 3rd as he develops his Gateway Army. Probably as soon as he kills these rocks, he'll move down and take that. Actually, he's going to try to take it early, but Killer. This is actually a huge move.
Stay with the lane. Anytime you can delay a 3rd from a Protoss, you're going to be a very happy camper.
I mean, Hero has to wait till he kills the rocks now, and that's like an additional minute.
Yep.
A minute is pretty significant as far as the 3rd time it goes.
Phoenix is coming into the main base, looking for stuff to kill, sniping down some drones again, only taking damage on on the shields and backing out.
It's so effective with those Phoenixes.
I think he took a little bit of damage on one of the Phoenixes, but
that's all right.
That's
A couple scratches makes him looks more intimidating when they fly by.
Yeah. 4 workers killed here. For Mr. Hero going
He's
straight
not
to the
done.
natural expansion. Some drones transferring up to the main. Interesting that the creep isn't connected here. That makes reinforcement with Queens a little bit difficult. The Hydras are out on the field though. Gonna try to take down 1.
Oh, those...
Got a target fire. Well, there's not enough Hydras here, so Phoenix is going to pick him up.
Oh, if the Phoenixes had more energy, they would have killed all those Hydras.
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, I think Killer recognized the fact they were low on energy, so he felt fine committing to that.
Third Nexus is going to be going down finally here.
I do not expect to see Killer try to do another attack. Of course, he already has more drones than he did last game.
Yeah, and 7 more in production, so going to be up to 68. Probably going to try to set up to take that 4th base, but these Phoenixes are still being annoying. And you know, we see more and more Hydras being added on here for Killer. Interesting that there's no upgrades. Okay, there we go. As I say that.
Very late, though. That's a very good
missile
point.
just now starting here.
It is really interesting. He really doesn't care so much about the upgrades. I really want to see. I don't know. I just love his late game so much. I'd love to see him go like straight to high from here. And he knows about the 3rd base by this point. So
there's that infestation pit.
Yeah, there it goes.
Now Colossus are starting to be added. Whoa! He made a Colossus and they're going straight into Immortals. Did he?
Interesting. You know what?
He doesn't
He
have
could be
range
going for a
either.
time. He could be trying to do one of those things.
One Colossus.
No range.
Bunch of gateway units and a couple Immortals. Oh, but he's reached Blink. He's getting Blink.
Yeah, this is going to be a Blink Stalker Immortal 3-base Tommy most likely. Although with double Forge, actually maybe not. Maybe just once it transition to Storm. He was thinking about, you know, the one Colossus does help out a lot against Feelings. And he's not sure if Killer was going Swarm Host or whatever, so he wants to have that tech open. I don't think
he just took down 2 Queens, and he's still killing Overlords. Gosh, he was so good with his Phoenixes.
This is getting to the point where it's actually kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like, he just keeps killing things.
Look at the resources lost.
Oh,
42
he lost
to
one.
11. Yeah. I think that guy paid for himself, though. 2606 to 1275. We're seeing 6 Swarm Hosts in production. And that makes me equally as confused as to why he didn't start those upgrades earlier.
You know, Killer is an extremely flexible player. We've already seen that. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just wanted to really try to see what Hero was doing, and then maybe he would adjust his upgrades and build pattern to that. So maybe that's why he was fine getting his little bit later upgrades. You know, he's been cranking out so many drones, but he's been losing so many as well due to these Phoenixes that he's only on 70. I mean, that's still a fine count, but really, Zerg, if they're playing this type of style, might want to be more at 80 to 90, and then, of course, they can get those stack defense a little bit later down the road.
All right, Hero marching out here outside of his 3 bases is going to go put a pylon down near that 4th base, so definitely looking to take a 4th, adding on a High Templar Archives, setting a nice little hallucinated warp prism across the map, which could be a nice little trick.
That's a really nice little mind game. Also, he's really unlocking all the techs, right? He's getting that range now for the Colossi. Still going double Forge upgrades, 2nd Robo, and a High Templar Archives.
6 gateways being made into orb gates there. That's a lot of gateways. He can definitely get a lot of aggression done here.
And he's going to do that. He's bringing that... Actually, he is bringing the Mothership Core. That's very important, so he can recall if he gets stuck. Aklon Waste, when you go for this base, you can get stuck.
All right. Let's see if Killer can set up properly. The Swarm Host coming forward, burrowing immediately. The Hydra's going to get the damage done. Only 1 Colossus here. There are a bunch of Corruptors who need to target down that Colossus with the Corruptors. That's exactly what he's doing, but not before the Colossus doing a lot of damage to the Hydras. Locust can't get down into that area because there are Forge Fields blocking it. And keep in mind, Hero can just recall it. No, the Mothership Core. It gets taken out.
A great move by Killer, taking out the Mothership Core, but I think Hero can still probably escape due to those great Force Fields blocking. Oh, wait, no! The Locusts are slipping down the edge.
Trying to sneak by here.
Man, if those Locusts just got a little bit further to the right and path the units,
yes,
Hero could have walked into an absolute moly there. As it is, though, he's going to kill the hatchery, but, you know, Killer didn't lose any super important units, so he can just go ahead and
still all
rebuild
his
that.
Swarm Hosts alive. A good amount of Corruptors alive, too. And now we see double Colossi production here.
Very smart play. Now he knows Swarm Hosts are around. Hero also is going 3/3 upgrades, so he's really got great upgrades. Killer's only 1/1, but Killer does have, he's got the Hive done, so we can predict to see some Vipers being built soon.
Yep.
And Vipers are amazing against Colossi.
Absolutely. Of course, once you pull those into the Locusts, ideally, they will melt away. Typical response is going to be High Templars trying to get the feedbacks off, but of course then you have to deal with those Locusts, which can be fairly difficult. Here coming forward, once again, one Stalker lead forward, trying to find out what's going on. The Locusts coming, and this is an engagement that once the Locusts start getting those shots off, it's not going to be worth it. So.
No, I mean, it's the free units, right?
Yeah.
And he got rid of both the Phoenixes, which is kind of nice because the next battle he won't have to deal with those and go straight for the Colossi. Vipers are now being added in, but Fleet Beacon for Hero and Storms.
Prism speed too.
Oh, Hero's gonna do this really annoying just harass everywhere. Killer does have a nice, a little bit of minerals starting to build up, so this is where he can really start to use that sack defense to stop the Warp Prism. And he's got one Swarm Host wandering off to the right side.
To deny a base, potentially? But
I don't know. You know, he was exploring. He was the Swarm Host explorer.
He wanted to find out what's happening over there. That's okay. So, I mean, it's not like anyone has a significant advantage. I still, like, the upgrades just are so scary to me. 3-3 is about to finish for Hero. And once that Warp Prism starts dropping everywhere, I mean, Killer should know about this Warp Prism. The Hero hasn't been shy with it. He's going to use it to actually reinforce with a lot of units. Meanwhile, some Zealots being sent to that base in the middle left. Roaches are there to try to clean those up. The rocks are blocking that area. But there's just so much Protoss. Storm is done for these High Templar, but here come the Vipers under the feedbacks. Get in one of them. Killer has to be very careful. Gotta wait for those Locusts to shove out again, but gonna be looking for those Colossus to abduct with the Vipers.
Those are the key units. A nice little blink over by Hero. He's gonna start harassing the top base with those Stalkers.
Oh, here come the Vipers.
Oh.
Watch out for the feedback. But
How did...
I don't know, the Locust getting a lot of good damage done. There's Storms going down to try to preserve their lives, but a lot of High Templars getting taken out for essentially free there. Greater Spire about to finish as well. The Stalkers going straight to the middle line, targeting down the drones. Hydra's there trying to deal with that, but...
With the upgrades, I think the Stalker's going to win. Morphin and Broodlord's right in front of the Stalkers. Broodlords are a really interesting choice. We don't see those too often anymore in Zerg vs. Protoss.
We got Tempests on the way here.
Oh, those are so good against Broodlords.
This is like, these Stalkers are doing so much damage. We also have a Warp Prism drop in the main base. Lots of Zealots being warped in, but there are plenty of Spine Crawlers there and Transfuse available on this Queen. Meanwhile, engagement's going to happen in the middle. Locust trying to get their damage done. Spine Crawlers there. The Viper's going to start pulling the Colossus. Feedback going down in every single one. Some Ducks are a little bit half-hearted, but the Locust starting to get their damage done. The Swarmhouse going to be retreated back, but Hero has so much stuff. Some Roaches coming in to reinforce. But those Broodlords need to get finished. They need to get in the action. There they are, coming forward now. And I think Hero needs to back up. He's got to wait for those Tempests. Nice Blink Stalker play there from Hero. I don't know if those are the same Stalkers from before, but the drop's still going on in the main base. And
he finally overwhelmed those Spine Crawlers, but of course the Broodlords will clean this up eventually. That Greater Spire could get focused down if Hero chooses to go after it. The spawning pool is about to fall. Broodlings, though, of course, Broodlings and Roaches is very good against Zealots.
Yeah, it looks like Mr. Killer is going to end up dealing with that. All the Spine Crawlers getting taken out, though. And those are trades that Killer, that Hero's going to be okay with, I think.
He might be.
To a certain extent.
I mean, it's minerals for minerals. I don't know which player values the minerals more at this point. And Hero was cost inefficient there. If he was able to get a key tech building, it would have been amazing.
Sure, true.
He did get the spawning pool, but I don't know how important that is.
Well,
right
he's distracting his opponent's army, so
that's
he
true.
can go attack this area on the left-hand side. Tempests are here, but the Hydra went straight for those Tempests.
The
oh
Templar!
no, a Templar getting caught! Okay, Killer's going to back up, doesn't want to overextend, but this hatchery is going to end up falling. Killer's economy has been ravaged down to 62 Arbiters. Great Storm there onto the Hydras. Bringing forward the Vipers, pulling forward the Tempests with the Abduct. The Hydra trying to get that damage done. The Corruptor's there as well.
Those Tempests are so important. Those are the counter to the Broodlords.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Killer able to retake this base.
Yeah, he is. And Hero's doing some damage to Killer, but Hero's been only 4 bases himself. And Killer still has 4 bases taking the 5th, but... Oh! Storm drop! Could be here. Over. He's not dropping a Templar. There they go.
Oh, it's a fake! He purposely didn't drop the Templar.
Because they don't have energy.
Oh. They're not going to have energy for a while.
That was not what Hero intended, I don't think.
Oh, the hatchery might get taken down.
Wow.
Oh, it is.
That is a nice win, and actually getting some feedbacks.
Vipers.
Yeah. Vipers probably should not have gone in there.
All right. Hero, you are very impressive.
If Killer knows he was taking his top right base, I think he might be to take it out, but I don't think he knows about it. And as more and more cannons get up and he can get some Tempest out, get a Tempest behind that, it's going to be very difficult to defeat. Hero's transitioning into pure Sky Toss with High Templar support, which is the ultimate Protoss composition.
Yes, absolutely. 7 Infestors on the way here from Killer. Trying to get those upgrades even, but Killer's able to secure the space at the top, or Hero, excuse me. And since Killer isn't going for, like, his composition isn't terribly mobile. So it's going to be hard to shut down these additional bases, unless he sends a squad of roaches over there, which I think wouldn't be a bad idea, but a bunch of cannons now being worked. Again, minerals aren't that valuable to Hero compared to that gas.
If Killer wants to knock out that base, I think he's got to send his whole army. Of course,
Right.
that exposes the left side. So I don't think he's going to make a move on that. I think he's going to stay. He's building 11 more drones, which means he wants to mine a lot of resources, then probably just use those resources to throw down tons of stack defense. And then he can start slowly crawling across the map. I don't think Killer's afraid of a 5-base hero. Maybe he should be, though, because that is one scary.
Scary looking army, man. What's the best way?
Swarmos are so important for this because you have to provide cover for your Vipers and Infestors to do their work. The Vipers and Infestors are units that really help out against this. Of course, supplemented by, you know, Corruptors, Hydras, whatever else you want. But you need... The Vipers and Infestors are so vulnerable to the Templar. The Swarmos really need to help protect them.
Poor probes killing each other.
Yeah, it's like an arena. They're gladiators.
They're trapped.
Fighting for their Protoss amusement.
All right. So, Hero able to deny this base at the bottom.
Lotus Core!
Oh, that's
It's taken out. I don't know how important that... Recalls are
Yeah.
really nice. Time Warps are kind of sometimes useful.
Here it comes. High Templars leading the charge. Where are the Locusts? Where are the Swarm Hosts? Locusts kind of at the bottom there. Needs to send those up to the top.
He does. The Locusts are so important to force a Templar to retreat. When a Templar retreat, the Vipers and Infestors move in. Oh, one Viper moving in!
Oh, there's the Abduct onto the Tempest and the High Templar as well. Got to be careful with the High Templar. Pulling that guy close to you it can be a pretty dangerous game because they can just instantly feed back your Vipers or storm your army if it's fast enough. And Hero very good with his control. At the same time, we have a War Prism
Oracle
at the top. Look at these DTs going into the main.
Oh, this could be really, really devastating here.
All right, the Greater Spire getting targeted down. It's working on the +1 air attack weapon, and those DTs are, it's going to be hard to stop that. Remember how immobile this army is from Killer. And that can be very scary indeed. At the same time, we might have an attack here at the bottom. Hero trying to distract while coming forward with this Colossi, Void Rays, and Tempests. Locusts need to go in the right direction. He can't afford to send them the wrong way. Okay, switching him at the last second. Infestors, the Vipers need to come forward and do those abducts. I don't see many Vipers in the air. One coming forward. Feedback's going down onto these units, but Hero powering forward with the Protoss army. Some Infested Terrans going down, and the Broodling's doing a decent amount of damage here, so Hero is going to have to back away for now.
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's really back and forth, these battles. There's still plenty of Vipers and Infestors with energy. The Locusts, they're sitting idle. He needs those in the fight.
Gosh, Hero coming forward with all the clocks, and the Storm's going down onto his opponent. The Brunlo's getting very low in health. Fungals need to happen right now. The Colossi did a decent amount of damage as well, but Hero's going to back away. Just doesn't have enough to deal with that yet.
He doesn't. He you know, as soon as he runs out of energy on the... Oh, the Abduct's pulling the Colossi in.
Gosh, the Abducts, the Locust now getting that so important damage done. Every expensive unit can take out is huge. But keep in mind, Hero has resecured a base at the top right-hand side of the map. So these trades, I mean, he's going to be relatively okay. He knows his opponent is only on 5 bases. His mining is getting lower and lower. Hero up 155 to 134 in supply. Charging forward with Immortals, Colossi, and Tempest. And Killer running out of a response. There's the GG from Killer. Hero taking game 2, and he's going to be your first player advancing to the round of 16 from Group A.
That was a great game.
Why is Hero so good at StarCraft?
Some people just are absolutely amazing, and Hero is one of those guys. And he's proved it time and time again. It's not like Hero being amazing is new. He's won so many events, many first and second places.
Yep.
And he proved it there. I mean, Killer has a stellar late game, and Hero outplayed him in that late game.
Yeah, I mean, just the War Prism play was really cool. Just able to get that Skytoss army up. Also really important, able to consistently secure additional bases. I think that was huge as well. And then able to be cost efficient enough with these trades. Because again, Killer is only on, what, 5 bases? Hero, we can see his 6th base getting put up there. So some of these trades are okay. Like he knows that Killer can't replenish as fast as he can.
Yeah, that was really what it came down to. I mean, it was kind of blow for blow, but the extra warpins gave Hero the edge to just push through, and eventually Killer ran out of those really important energy units. He also ran out of Spores and Spines to protect those energy units. You know, the Locusts went down, and then the Stalkers came in and just finished the job.
Yeah, congrats to Hero taking out Killer 2-0. Killer's going to be still alive. Remember, he took out Alive a little bit earlier, so he's going to be waiting to play the winner of the next match we have coming your way. It's going to be the losers match between Major and Alive. It's going to be a TBT. You do not want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching WCS America Season 1 Premier League. We'll be back after a quick break.